Analogies. Look at the word on the screen. It says analogies. Have you ever heard of the word analogy before? An analogy can teach you about the relationship between words. Think of an analogy like a puzzle piece. Here's a simple way to think about analogies. Think about a bicycle. Would you agree that a bicycle has many different parts? Would you agree that a bicycle has many different parts and that these parts do many different jobs? For example, one part of the bike is the pedal. But what is the job of the pedal? The job of the pedal is to move the bike. Another part of a bike is the handlebars. What is the job of the handlebars? The job of the handlebars is to steer the bike. So the pedal moves and the handlebar steers. You just created an analogy. This is how we write an analogy. Pedal is to move just like handlebars is to steer because pedals move the bike, handlebars steer the bike. Sometimes you can even write an analogy like this. Pedal dot dot is to move dot 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 dot. Handlebars dot dot steer. Of course, that's not the way you read it. Here's the way you would read it. Pedal is to move just like handlebars is to steer. Look at the symbol between move and handlebars. That's called a colon. Those are two colons put together. And in an analogy, you read it as just like. So let me read it again. Pedal is to move. Right there, that means just like to move, just like handlebars are to steer. All right, say it with me. Pedal is to move, just like handlebars is to steer. Let's try it one more time. Pedal is to move, just like, this is just like handlebars is to steer. Well, the great thing about analogies that is if you can solve one part of the analogy, you can solve the other part also. Because sometimes analogies will have a missing part. So look at this analogy. Dog is to puppy just like cat is to blank. Well, the first thing you should do when you see a missing part in an analogy is to find out the relationship in the first part of the analogy. So draw an arrow. Dog and puppy go together. So I need to ask myself, what is the relationship between a dog and a puppy? I know that, so do you. A baby dog is called a puppy. So if I know the relationship over here, it gives me the answer over here on the analogy. So look at it again. So if I know that a puppy is a baby dog, then I have to know what is a baby cat called. I know you know that. Remember, the same relationship is on both sides. So I know that a baby cat is called a kitten. So a dog is to puppy, just like a cat is to a kitten. That's right, because a baby dog is called a puppy and a baby cat is called a kitten. Meow. So here's how you could write the answer to the analogy. Now remember how we read it before. Read it with me. Dog is to puppy just like cat is to kitten. Let me read it again. Dog is to puppy. Remember, this is just like cat is to kitten. You found the solution over here, which gives you the solution over here. Now try this one. Milk is to cow, just like egg is to blank. So you need to ask yourself, what is the relationship over here between a milk and cow? Well, you know that milk comes from a cow. A cow gives milk. So an egg comes from a chicken. So if you said chicken, you are totally right because the answer for over here on this part of the analogy is also over here. So now you know what an analogy is. So here's your job. Get a piece of paper, get me nothing special, and tell me, what do you think an analogy is? What do you think, or what have you learned about analogies?